good, YouTube? This is your boy Zane, and I'm coming at you today to talk to you about gay marriage and relationships. But first, I want to start by talking about gay marriage. Now, a friend of mine and I were talking on the phone last night, and I asked him. I said, "Do you believe in gay marriage? You're gay, so what is your take on that?" And he told me that he didn't believe in gay marriage because of the way that he was raised. And he said that he couldn't see himself married to a guy for the rest of his life. He wants to eventually have a wife and kids. So I asked him, I said, um, so with you wanting to have a wife and kids, what does that mean for you? Does that mean you're going to change your sexuality or try to? Or do you think that that will somehow begin to change into heterosexual feelings? And he said no, he doesn't believe that his sexuality can change, but he just, from the knowledge that he's gained and the wisdom that he's gained over the course of time, he said that he's not ever seen a gay relationship actually work because men can't seem to commit or be monogamous to one relationship, and every gay relationship he's ever experienced somehow ended in cheating or some sort of way where it displayed to him that men are couldn't commit. Now, I want to share with you that conversation that I had with him today because it was intriguing to me. Well, in that conversation, I told him, I said, since you do not believe in gay marriage, that puts gay people in a situation because there are a lot of gay people who do not believe in gay marriage. I said, it's not just men that can't commit. There are some women that can't commit. So to put, you know, the belief that gay people cannot have successful relationships, I told him, you're basically saying that gay people have no future together. I told him, if we do not have a future together, if we cannot hone successful relationships, then that goes basically off of the stereotype that gay people are bound to be promiscuous and that we cannot commit ourselves to one person. I said, if there is no hope for gay people to be in successful relationships, then how can we possibly be seen as equal to everybody else? It just, what was happening with me was I started thinking about this logically. It took me a long time to understand the concept of gay marriage and to even think of it as an opportunity for gay people. But what I've come to believe is gay people are who they are, as I've said in previous videos. And you cannot change your sexuality. You can't help who you fall in love with. Because I believe that men can fall in love with each other. Men can have successful relationships with each other. I asked him, I said, how could you possibly, be gay, but not believe that gay people can have a future together? And he said he puts it on his upbringing. He basically said that he compared it to religion. And I tried to get asked him to define it, so we kind of figured out how he was kind of thinking about it. But basically, what he told me was he says when you think about religion, You think about someone who's a Christian and they are 100% Christian, but they look at Buddhism and they see some of the things about Buddhism that interest them. Maybe the meditating, maybe the belief that we can enlighten ourselves. He said that when you think about it like that, you're basically living your life as a Christian, but you're allowing other influences, or you're intrigued by other influences that you would practice. And I said, well, how can you compare that to, your belief on gay marriage and gay relationships? And he said basically, he lives based on the heterosexual ideals, but he only he dates men, but he doesn't see it as being right for two men to be committed to each other through marriage. And it baffled me because with us being gay men, if we do not see ourselves as being able to progress into being able to experience the same things as heterosexual relationships, and this goes for lesbians too, if we can't see ourselves as being able to live this lifestyle and be able to commit to a relationship for long term, then what is the point in celebrating the gay life if we do not see ourselves above just our sexuality? If we do not see ourselves being able to emotionally connect to each other, if we don't see ourselves as being able to care for one another, then how can we possibly develop as a community? And this. So I said to him, when you think about, basically what I said was, if you were to get married, do you think your parents would approve? And he said, no, I don't think my parents would approve of me getting married to a man. I said, well, by law, gay men are not going to, if you decide to marry someone, by law, federal law, it would not be a recognized marriage. By certain state laws, it can, depending on where you live. But in majority of the states, they do not recognize gay marriages, only civil unions. So I said, so basically it would be like you're committing to a life partner. How can your parents approve of you dating men, but not approve of you wanting to commit yourself to a man for long term? So he was just basically like, well, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's hard for him to conceive because he's never seen a successful gay relationship. So, to me, it's like we try so hard to dispel the stereotypes based on gay men, but we really don't believe in ourselves enough to see ourselves as an individual community that have the rights and the privileges to experience what the rest of the world experiences, as far as being together, as far as marriage, as far as being able to share a life and share things together. How are we supposed to continue to fight for something that majority of, or well, I can't say majority, but that a lot of people in the gay community don't believe in?